So there's already a million YouTube commentators out there, but I thought this was pretty cool because I actually got to play a game against the Heir of Carthage, and that was sort of my goal. So playing a game against one of the Total War celebrities out there. So here is the 2v2. DB Loaf are my troops over here. They're kind of the dark blue and gold flags are mine. The black and yellow are my allies, Peith's. And I think you guys recognize the Heir of Carthage's troops. Apache's generals. Everything named after Apache, basically. Katana Samurai. He also brought Katana Heroes. Interesting. And his ally is A Shogun. I'm pretty sure this is auto-teamed. He didn't find him. So, A Shogun is using a pretty standard army with lots of Nodachis, 2 Bowmonks, and Matchlocks. So the idea was I shifted my troops to this side, the side with 2 buildings. And the idea was this side is worth more than the other side with the shrine, especially on, well, this map. So we try to capture the more valuable side, and we can also double team the Heir of Carthage. Here I was considering whether to capture the high ground and move along this lane to attack the Heir of Carthage. But I was also thinking about using my lone swords to come over here and cap this shrine. And this is really interesting because most people, they use a Yari to capture the shrine and they just leave them there and they move their troops back. But I actually brought a lone sword because my thinking was that the lone sword would beat the Yari in melee. But he clearly has way too many troops over here for me to do anything with my lone swords. Also, the Heir of Carthage is pretty smart. He doesn't walk into a double team. So he stops here and he starts beginning to skirmish. He's going to crash into Peith's bow warrior monks. Usually skirmishing with bow cav, straight up one-on-one against bow monks isn't smart, but charging them in melee is pretty smart. So A Shogun's going to move over here, and over here I was conflicted between moving up and taking the high ground against the Heir of Carthage, or going over here to block A Shogun. But A Shogun's moving pretty quickly, and I was also thinking about when should I move my lone sword and actually cap the morale shrine, or prevent A Shogun from capping the morale shrine. So in the midst of all this, you see A Shogun, you probably saw it earlier. He's gonna sneak 2 Great Guard units. One's gonna destroy my General's Bodyguard, and the other is actually gonna kill my ally's General's Bodyguard. But this is really embarrassing, but we both got our Generals destroyed. He gets a really nice charge.
Our hidden units have been discovered, my lord. Our General is in grave danger, my lord.
So you can see my General getting crushed. And I immediately run them away. My cavalry to stop this unit of Great Guards from destroying everything I had. This unit of Great Guard crashes into Peith's General's Bodyguard and forcing him to use the rally early. A Shogun senses this and moves his units up to skirmish. I set a really good hiding spot for my Matchlock monks though. Got some really nice shots. There's just too many of them though, so I'm gonna move my Matchlocks back. I out-skirmish him, sort of. Especially since he's shooting from the bottom, and you can't really shoot. There's not a really clear angle for these Matchlock monks to shoot from. So at this point, I realized the walk was going to be too long to double team Heir of Carthage. And to prevent my ally from getting double teamed from this side and this side, I moved down to fight against AA Shogun. You can see me setting up my lines. I shift my matchlocks to aid Peith when, especially from this side, since it's going to get some nice shots off on the Heir Carthage. So Shogun's going to move back and wait for his matchlocks to set up and then charge me again. But I felt pretty confident in this fight because I had the high ground. On the other hand, Heir Carthage is going to capture the high ground and completely demolish this side. So you'll see. This was a pretty dumb mistake. I was actually charging my cavalry units into the matchlocks, but they got caught up with the Naginata Samurai. So my matchlocks are gonna get stuck over here because I am going to have my attention focused here. They already captured the morale shrine. You can see from the mini-map they have 2 key buildings compared to 1 key building of ours. So I'm going to move my lone sword and charge down and hopefully defeat the Naginata Samurai. They're a much cheaper unit, but I'm going to have the advantage of a downhill charge, and also they're going to be stationary. So I felt pretty confident with my lone swords winning that fight, since swords usually beats spears anyways. So here I set up my line with my matchlocks. They're going to be invaluable during this fight. Just taking 3 shots. So this side we're definitely winning, especially since Peith is pouring some of his resources in. My cavalry is going to destroy his skirmishing units. So this felt safe, but here my general is going to randomly rout by himself. And that's going to cause a huge morale shift in my units over here, because they just saw my general run away like a pansy. I'm surprised my matchlocks lasted this long actually, but they're also going to rout soon because they're just going to get crushed by the Heir Carthage's units. But look how this unit is left alone, and so they've been shooting a long time. But that's not going to last because the slash and trash of the Heir Carthage is going to destroy them. And these units are also going to rout just because this was a huge micro mistake. I don't know what I was doing with these. But anyways, these guys are not going to do anything, but they're going to rout soon because they're fighting uphill for one, and my general just left. But this side, I win pretty handily. So it may seem like we have more units, but everything we have is wavering. Mostly because we don't have our generals in our battle anymore. So I'm actually going to keep the lone sword Ashigaru that won this fight. I'm going to keep them here and decap the morale shrine, which is going to be big because they had a huge morale advantage over us. You can see this building is now owned by nobody. Because since both of our generals were gone, it helped that they didn't have a huge morale advantage over us. So I'm going to take a lot of shots over here. My cavalry is going to tie up this cavalry. But there's a lot of friendly fire when it comes to matchlocks, and it's going to cause a lot of my units to run away too. So here I was trying to hit the Heir Carthage, but I get tied up in the Naginata Samurai. But me staying allows the Peith's Great Guard to escape really easily. And here, these lone swords are amazing. Somehow they don't rout and all this matchlock fire. They do waver though. So everything I have at this point is wavering except for this one unit of lone swords. And this unit of lone swords. So once they engage in melee, my lone swords are going to be doing well again. Unfortunately, this katana hero is right nearby, and so I have one unit of lone swords versus this katana hero. But here's the thing, I get 3 hammer and ammo strikes from my ally, and while they usually break more easily, the Great Guards actually inspired the units around me, and he just used a second wind, which made them fresh again. So yeah, you can see everything I have is running away. Bachi's actually gonna chase off these units, these routing units. But they don't shatter, interestingly. So it's just basically down to my lone sword, a Great Guard unit versus a katana hero. And we actually win this battle. And they're gonna... So this was super close. My other lone sword unit caught his vocab. I'm guessing his vocab was out of ammo, but they fought in woods too, so that gives the advantage to my lone swords. And the Heir Carthage is gonna sit down and prepare for the cavalry. So he's gonna move into the woods and dismount. See him get off his horse right here. And he's gonna inspire himself. He's actually gonna. So my matchlocks are actually gonna return from routing to just wavering, and that's gonna seal the deal. I'm gonna send Patchy to a firing squad. You can see actually, because they're dismounted and in the woods, the Great Guard versus Patchy is actually a pretty even fight. But this is going to end it right here. So GG to the Heir of Carthage and a Shogun. This was really exciting because I got to play against a YouTube celebrity.